The United States and Iran are meeting today, Saturday, April 11th, 2026, in Islamabad for high-level talks aimed at ending a 6-week war that began in late February. The U.S. delegation is led by Vice President J.D. Vance, along with President Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, while Iran's team is headed by Parliamentary Speaker Mohammad Bakr Kalibaf and Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. Pakistan is hosting and mediating the negotiations, with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif having invited both sides. Islamabad has been placed under an unprecedented security lockdown, with thousands of paramilitary personnel and army troops deployed as the delegations arrived. Talks were thrown into doubt this morning because Tehran says they cannot begin without U.S. commitments on two issues: a ceasefire in Lebanon and the unblocking of Iranian assets frozen under sanctions. Kalibaf said Washington had previously agreed to both, but Israel and the U.S. maintain that the Lebanon campaign against Iran-backed Hezbollah is not part of the Iran-U.S. ceasefire. Iran insists it is. The U.S. side has expressed skepticism about immediate progress, with White House officials saying they doubt the talks can quickly reopen the Strait of Hormuz and Khazar. Vance told reporters before departing that the U.S. is willing to extend the open hand if Iran negotiates in good faith, but warned that if they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find the negotiating team is not that receptive. The broader proposals remain far apart. The U.S. has presented a 15-point plan demanding no uranium enrichment inside Iran, strict limits on missiles, the disarmament of regional proxies, and mechanisms for inspections before any sanctions relief. Iran put forward a 10-point plan seeking sanctions removal, a new protocol for the Strait of Hormuz, security guarantees, war reparations, and recognition of its right to enrich uranium. Mediators say Iran softened some positions this past week on enrichment levels, compensation, and U.S. troops in the Middle East, which allowed the U.S. to agree to the current ceasefire. However, trust is extremely low, and President Trump posted that Iranians have no cards except short-term extortion of the world by using international waterways. The war has already caused the biggest oil supply shock on record, disrupting Gulf energy production and raising fears of global recession. Fighting escalated with drone and missile attacks on Persian Gulf states, though Tehran effectively halted operations Thursday and Friday after a ceasefire was announced earlier in the week. Analysts such as Michael Singh of the Washington Institute for Near East Policy expect the most likely outcome to be a minimalist deal. Limited Iranian commitments on nuclear activity and reopening the strait in exchange for